Today is March the 3rd, 2021. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and I am your host. This is the show where we share inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. So let's do this. Today, we are going to be kicking off a month worth of Women's History Month. We are going to be celebrating success through service and inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others, and also women that are in one of maybe 3 different categories within the history thing. Either they're embarking upon journeys that are someday going to be looked back and say, wow, that was history in the making. Possibly they're in the middle of their story, or they've accomplished it and there they are. They've already created history. Today we have one such woman, a woman that is going to be celebrated for the work that she is currently doing and has embarked upon, and will be remembered many, many years into the future in March, during Women's History Month. I love that. Her story is now. And isn't that the truth? Because we are in the middle of it right now. And I want to welcome our service hero that today we will be making the case. And by the time we're done, you will all agree that not only does she have an inspiring story, she truly is a service hero. I want to welcome you, Kelly Ann Collins.
Thank you for having me today, Tamara. It's an honor to be here.
Well, the honor, truthfully, is all mine. And I want to recognize Caroline Berzins, who is not only our production assistant here at the show, Service Hero Show, she is also one of the senior ambassadors for the Buddies, we call them, the Chemo Buddies for Life, cb4l.org, that this show actually was inspired by that organization. And we'll go into that a little later, actually, today. And thank you for letting us know we are live on the E360 TV platform. What does that mean to you guys? Well, that means at any moment in time, you can actually be watching not only this show, but many of the shows that are on the network. How do you find us? Well, here's a clue. I always want to dance. Woo! Oh, and here we have Joshua T. Berglund. He is one of the stars of the E360 TV platform with a lot of exciting things coming down they say pike. However, to a TV near you. And the world's mayor is also a service hero. Glad to see you today. Joshua, thank you for being here. Shannon Green, one of our buddies. Love you. Love you. So glad you are here with us. Let's get into your story, Kelly. And do you like to, I didn't ask you, do you like to go by Kelly Ann? Do you like to go by Kelly?
Kelly Ann.
Kelly Ann. It's beautiful. And you truly are inspiring. You and I had a chance to visit today, and oh my golly, it just seemed like hand in glove, like so many of the things within both of our lives seem to be very similar yet different, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It was an eye-opener when I got to talk to you how we were meant to connect for a reason. So
yeah. And I want to acknowledge right off the bat, the reason that we connected was that you reached out because you wanted to serve, and you have a well, we're going to call it a business, a hobby to business. We're going to call it right now Kelly Ann's Gift Basket Creations. And you came to me and you said, I love what you're doing. You watched the Caprice Creedar show here on Service Heroes, where we talked about the buddies, and you're like, I want to support you in your mission. I do baskets. And like, well, that's very kind. Thank you very much. And in finding out more about you, you do more than baskets. You do more than baskets. You are inspiring those that possibly are out there saying, I can't, with an I can attitude. I want to share right now something that, in her own words, she shared with me some of her inspirational quotes that she likes. This is going to give you some insight to our service hero.
Here are some of my favorite quotes that I've heard throughout the years. I do not know who actually originally said these, but these are little quotes that I've picked up. The first one is, suck it up, buttercups. I love that one. And on days when I'm not feeling at my best, sometimes I have to say that to myself. The other quote that I like is, you can either be bitter or you can get better. And that's a really powerful one for me too. On days when I'm feeling sorry for myself, I think about that one. And another one I have is, what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. That's a huge one that you'll find me saying from time to time. Also, with God, all things are possible. Without Him, life would be different. So I believe in God, and I believe that He's got our back. And to lead into that, I also like that one that I've got this. You've got this. You'll hear me saying that a lot too. Because we do. With Him, we've got it. And the other one that I like is, fake it till you make it. Some days, let's face it, we aren't at our best, but we fake it till we get there.
I love it. Okay, so we're, kind of with the quotes that you picked. The cat's out of the bag. So your story is one that you don't give up, do you?
No, I keep going.
And you've been going and going and going for a while because of different things. And because of the experiences in your life, you would be known by some as a survivor. You would be known as a thriver. You'd be known as someone that now is out there serving others, even as you're serving yourself to get your strength back, right?
Correct.
So you have, I love it, suck it up, buttercup, and fake it till we make it, and never give up. Yes, Caroline, so true. And you have the business, the basket business, that really is, in some ways, I would call it maybe a bit of a hobby. However, also some would say maybe it's helping to save not only you but others, because when we're involved in something that could be life-threatening, it could be a health issue, it could be anything that kind of like drops from the sky, or maybe is ongoing, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in the middle of something that feels like a cloud. And you can either crawl up and say, okay, I give up, or you can do something about it. You have chosen to do something about it, and let's go into what about it is. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay. So you were telling me that you, right now, this month, you actually, it kind of leads into your story. You're the beneficiary of this month, because every month you are choosing another nonprofit to be a beneficiary of a business that's basically a hobby that's just started in December. Yet you, from the get-go, decided you were going to give back even before you're able to give back yourself. You're going to give a bit of the proceeds off the top, and then you'll be able to go there because you believe in that service. What does the pink bags, what is their mission, and who do they serve?
So the Pink Bags is a charity that gives wonderful, lovely pink bags to women survivor of domestic violence. Natalie is the CEO, and right now she is recovering from back surgery. So I have offered to volunteer to help her out as much as I can, and to keep this mission going for her and this awesome charity that's dear and near to my heart. Natalie takes and she handpicks these items that go in this lovely pink bag. She sells bundles of, she's got her hair products, and they're just not any hair products. She has meaning behind each one of the products that she personally picks. She's got a bundle for journal and a pen and for postcards that are all are symbolic. The journal is for a domestic woman survivor to start writing their new story. There's a picture frame that is they can put a new picture of their family for their new life. The postcards are to let people know that they're doing well and that they're on the road to recovery. Day planner is to help them plan their new days and their new journey and their new story. So that's just an example. She's doing a charity drive through the 18th of this month, and on April 24th, she's doing a Woman of Hope conference, which is really exciting. And it's to help focus on stopping domestic violence and sexual abuse. And she's got several amazing speakers that are going to be present for this conference. So I'm really excited about helping her. And I also am working with Tickets for Children this month. They're actually my main sponsor for my gift basket business, but of course I'm in all hands on with the Pink Bag charity too. So if somebody wants to donate to either one, I'm perfectly fine with that.
And I have a bit of a video, guys, that show a little bit of an idea of what the pink bag is all about. You said dear and near to your heart, domestic violence. You understand what that's like, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We're going to walk through this story, guys, here gently. I want everybody to know that this is a subject matter that is not always easy to talk about. And it is something that Kellyanne is very well aware of. And in truth, so am I. And we are going to be talking about it because we can inspire you to possibly help those right now that are in desperate need of help. There are so many right now that are in situations because of the lockdown, because of COVID, because of a year. We are on a year this month of being kept in homes, and not all of them are safe places. And so we need to be aware of this. And we need to be looking for the signs because they're out there if we have our eyes open and we do not have blinders on. And the fact that Kellyanne is willing to come here and share the fact that she's doing these beautiful baskets, yet it's bigger than the baskets. It is truly her mission to make a difference in this world. So again, I want to say thank you. And not only are you a survivor of domestic violence, you many times those that are survivors end up having health issues also. And what can trigger it? One, triggers the other. Don't know. However, you also right now are dealing with your own health issues, aren't you?
Yes, that's correct. I have been since October.
So you are serving while, how bad are your health issues right now?
There's some days that, I can spend most of the day in bed. I'm really limited on what I can do. I know I look pretty healthy, but it takes a minute. It takes a lot of energy to do certain tasks that I used to be able to do without even thinking about it. Now I have to think and plan for everything.
Right. Shannon Green, I'm sure you're hearing her as much as I am, right? In understanding, never give up. Oh, my heart. Yes, yes. Because when you're challenged with your health, basically, you sometimes have a couple of choices. Either you can just say, okay, woe is me, I give up. I'm just going to go back to bed and forget about it until I feel better. Or you can push through it and find ways to feed your soul, feed your body, feed your heart, go forward and make a difference. And you've chosen to do exactly that.
Exactly.
I want to commend you for that. And so the domestic violence piece, and guys, we're going to be real about this, but we're going to be also careful. And anybody that's been through it understands that we always need to be very respectful of this subject, yet be aware of the fact that it is happening way too much but everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And we need to be there to help those that are ready to be helped. So, how many years ago was it that you were first introduced to this subject?
It's been over 20 some, over 20 some years.
We are stronger when we get up and move forward. Absolutely, Caroline.
Like
and thank you for sharing your truth, Caroline. There are many that you just would never know. You just would never know. It's like you said, I look healthy. You look beautiful, actually. You look very beautiful. Yet we have our days, right? And so you now, 20 something years ago, what would you like to be able to tell us in regards to that? And so we understand the story.
Well, I was in a domestic violence situation. Mine was verbal and physical. It was 12 years of it. I look back today and wish I had done things different. I had two small children, but I believe we go through things for a reason. And so it has happened, and it's one of those that once something, you can sit and say I should have, could have, and would have, but it's happened. So you have to kind of move past that. And there are days that, you stop and you think about it or something triggers. But it also gives you signs to watch for other people. Because other people, when you're someplace and you hear something, you go, oh, wait, and it takes you back. And you go, that was me back then. And you want to reach out and help other people. But it's not fun being choked. It's not fun being called mean and hateful names and stuff like that. It's It can be very scary at times, especially when you have little ones, and you're trying to protect them at the same time. But as many people know who have been in domestic violence situations, not an excuse, but they always tell you it's your fault. That's the biggest thing. They tell you it's your fault. If you only would, I'm
Right.
sure many of you out there going, yep, heard that, been
Yeah.
there. And until you can get strong enough and learn that for yourself, that that's not true. Yes, it does take two to cause an argument and stuff. I agree, but not this domestic violence like this. And yes, if you learn to be strong in yourself and have boundaries, um, then it makes for a more rounded person. And you know that when they're telling you it's something within themselves, unfortunately, they want to be mean to other people to make themselves feel better. That's the only way they know how. They need help.
Mm-hmm.
And I can honestly say that recently I had an opportunity to reconnect, not in a physical way, but I'll leave it like that. And the person never has changed. Um, and still blaming everybody. And it's just like, wow.
Yeah.
Um, and then I realized, I was like, you know what? Look where I'm at. Wow. I'm really glad I walked. It took me 12 years, but I'm glad I walked because wow, where would I be? You know, that
And
they didn't get better. So it was a good thing for me. Sorry. Go ahead.
no, I'm sorry to step on your words. I want to ask because you're saying the 12 years. And for anybody that has been there in this situation, and when you're saying also that person that says, you should know better and such, that's the other person in the relationship you're saying. So in, either if it's a husband and wife situation or whatever it may be, that other person in the relationship is the one that's saying that, not someone outside of the relationship, someone inside of the relationship. And they're saying, it kind of like, it's your fault, you should have known better, this and that, this and that. And so then someone listening to this could say, okay, yeah, right. 12 years. You could have left well before 12 years. It's not always easy to leave, is it?
No, no. And the thing about it is that there's cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So just when you think, hey, I'm going to get out, the cycle changes and there's a good period for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes right back. And that's where the healthy part and the boundary part and knowing to go, I'm not going to keep, this is the same thing. And like I said, I will admit it took me a long time. And even to go further, I left that one thinking, okay, great. Thought I found somebody that was totally different. And nope, went right back in, but only took 4 years. And I was like, and it wasn't a straight 4 years, it was an on and off, but I finally had enough and I says, nope, and this is not going to keep repeating. But the thing that I realized with myself is that it's not okay when they say that it's you, but there are certain things about you. And until you can get healthy and be strong and know who you are, that's the part when they say, well, it's you. It's not you when they're being mean to you and they're hitting you and stuff. It's something within themselves. But when you get that strongness about you, you don't attract those type of people anymore. And you only have healthy relationships after that. You don't have the weak relationships that cause you to be in that situation of domestic violence, if that makes sense. And you want to correct me, Tamara, you can.
Oh no, you're making total sense to me, and I want to honor you for being so real and talking about this so openly, because this is not something you've done a lot of, have you? This is one of the very first times you've talked about this on a show, right?
Correct. Yeah. I mean, you talk to a friend or something like that, but nothing out here real public. I really haven't been really on any really major talk shows and lives. I was on a little one yesterday, but it was couldn't see myself, and it was a radio show. It was grateful for that, but it was talking something about something totally different. I was talking about the charity for the pink bag. So yes.
This is huge, guys. Anybody that understands coming live and talking about something so real and not always a subject matter that everybody wants to, talk about day in, day out, yet it is vitally important that we can come out and safely and respectfully be able to share our stories, and so we can inspire others that way. Okay, I'm hearing Kellyanne, and she's talking my language and I'm in it right now. What would you say to someone that possibly is watching right now and saying, how did you do it? Was there an event? Was there something, or did you call someone? What did you do to finally be able to break free?
Well, in both of my incidences, the one with the 12 years, is I actually moved. We were still in contact, but I moved. I got my own place, everything in my own name. I started to become independent. Had my own checking account. I worked on getting my own vehicles, in my own name and everything, and just started really, working and making a point to try to get away. Of course, they'd call and say, "Hey, missing you. We're sorry. We're really, really, really sorry for what we did." And, we're all human. So, hey, let's try it again. And, tried to come up with, hey, I even got you this place. Your rent won't be as much. I was struggling. So, hey, I took the bait. I'm very wrong for doing that. But then I realized that no. So I ended up working 2 jobs. And like I said, I went back into another one right after that, and then realized that no, this is not what I need to do. I need to be better. And so I went and started going to school and got myself my own place. Got restraining order from the second situation, and didn't buy their garbage and their lies and their whatever. And I made it on my own for quite a while. I just did my own thing and found out that I was happy. And yeah, it was kind of lonely at first, but it was also nice not having to come home to all the verbal garbage and the lies and being told, you're not good enough, and realizing where I got to be, so that I was good enough and that I wasn't stupid and I wasn't dumb. So
Right.
it was just really good. I just want to put out here too that, and I do have her permission, but I don't go into her story. She's on her page. But Natalie, the CEO, that's also why she started the Pink Bags, and everyone can read. Her story is out there, so you can go on her website and read about Miss Natalie too. Like I said, the Pink Bags is actually her baby and her project child. I'm just stepping in to help, and I don't want to steal thunder from her either. So,
and you're stepping in to help, and this is where, God, inspiring stories of those inspiring others. You're stepping in to help someone because she had back surgery, had a back problem, and you yourself there's times where you can barely get out of bed, yet you're helping her because you're serving. Do you find that having that kind of that opportunity to serve, does it help you to show up?
I believe that, well, like I said earlier, I believe in God, And I believe that if your intentions are correct, now if you're doing something for alternative motives, that doesn't work. But if you're honestly doing it to help somebody, that he helps you. And I've been blessed. I know, like you've talked about for your charity, that there's women survivors of cancer. And not all through with all my diagnosing yet, but I know that that's not one of my diagnoses at the moment. That I know there's people out there that have it a lot worse off than me. Just talking about with Caroline about what happened in Texas this week and stuff. I do have a roof over my head. I have a vehicle. Well, one of my issues is eating. I'm not able to eat that much. I know I don't look like it, but I don't eat that much because I'm having stomach issues. But I do have food and have clothing, obviously. And God's given me a talent to do gift baskets. So I feel that, I'm blessed. And so it does help me. My doctor also felt that it would be a good little therapy for me than just to sit around and focus on myself. Like I said, there are times, I mean, I know right after this, I plan on going to rest. I haven't planned anything for the rest of the day. Because that's all physically I can do. It takes a lot of strength, but going through what you go through, and when you're in a situation where you're like almost ready to take your last breath because you're being choked, it takes a lot of willpower and strength. So I think that's where I've gathered it from, and try to power through some of this. But I'm really not a hero. I mean, there's people out there that have it a lot worse off than what I do, health wise and just everything. So I mean, I appreciate this opportunity to get my story out, get Natalie's story out. But like I said, there's a lot of people out there that when you really start talking to people that have been through way a lot more and are going through a lot more right now, I mean, there's women out there that have children and don't know where they're going to get their next meal or whatever. There's a lot of people that are homeless out there that didn't ask to be homeless, regardless of what their story is. And, it breaks my heart when I go by places and I see especially families that are, asking for food or help and stuff. So it's, everybody has a story is what I say. Everybody has a story.
Absolutely. So very true. So you decided, and creativity is a great therapy. Absolutely. So you have a gift, you have a heart, you have the ability. So you decided to start and build upon this hobby of yours, this gift basket hobby, and start providing them for people to be able to purchase, to give away. You did a video. I have this. It's kind of tips on giving that you did around the holidays. I love this because it shows your personality and how you look at life and the gift. And I put it out there, guys, that Kelly Ann is actually sharing how to give. And in this video, she actually shares some great ideas, simple ideas that really are meaningful. And it shows her heart for service.
Hi, everyone. This is Kelly Ann, owner of Kelly Ann's Gift Basket Creations and more. And I just wanted to do a little food for thought today. With this year, there's been a lot of negativity, but we can end on a positive note. Get creative with giving a gift, going back to the times when simple gifts brought happiness to our loved ones. For example, a handwritten note with a family photo, or that phone call to that loved one to say, I love you, and I was just thinking about you, and you matter. Or you can call Kelly Ann's Gift Basket Creations and more, and we'll be happy to give you some more suggestions. Hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful holiday season. Thank you.
So here's a kind of little sample of some of the type of baskets that you do. You have the spa gift basket. I love this one. Rock and roll baby. Oh, how cute is that? And in our closed group, I'm sure Caroline is saying, ooh, monkey, because we have a thing about monkeys in our group. And here, I mean, these meaningful gift basket. Here you have awesome items, candles, and it looks like crystals and all sorts of beautiful items and a beautiful basket to boot. Then who wouldn't love this one? I mean, with all the goodies and everything. This is just a little selection of some of the items and the baskets that you've come up with. How do you get your inspiration?
Well, some of these are, I like to get kind of creative. So if somebody calls me and they want a special, the meaningful gift basket was actually a special request. I had never done anything along those lines, but the person believed in the healing powers through crystals and sage. So I got creative. It was for sympathy gift basket. So I got creative and did my research. That's part of what I kind of promote my business as, is that my baskets are unique and creative because I try to work with my customers to create that basket that's going to be meaningful and be something that everyone's going to be able to use, because we all get gifts and we always have those friends that mean well and bring us something and we're like, gosh, we would never use that, chocolate covered cherry box. We would never eat that, or we would never eat chips and dip. We thank them graciously and figure out how we're going to get rid of them, right? Or somebody does do a small basket, but it's like I had somebody the other day tell me they can't stand lavender, so you get one and it's all lavender everything. Well, if you can't stand it, what are you going to do with it? So I try to take and ask my customers what that person likes, what their colors are, what their dislikes are, get to know them just briefly, so that when I create that basket for the wife, the girlfriend, the mother, the daughter, even a client that's maybe an attorney or whoever, that I'm getting something that's going to be practical, and it is going to be something when they get it, they're going to use it, versus just kind of tossing it to the side and saying thank you, but never using it.
So these are personalized.
Yes.
Love that. And you're right. I mean, in truth, I'm laughing because I'm thinking, okay, yeah, the nothing against any. If I hit a a nerve somewhere, guys, forgive me. However, like, I'm not the big cherry chocolate person, However, I know which one of my kids or family members or friends is, and so it's like, okay, it's almost like the trading situation. Okay, here you go. And then, and so all of those kind of things, because the and when a gift is given of the heart, that is the most important thing. And I love the way that Patty, and I want to recognize Patty Mays for being here. Grateful that you're here. And that, yeah, sending a note today. Thank you. We need to also be reminded of these things too, like a handwritten note is one of the most important things and heartfelt things we can ever give anyone. Yet we don't always remember that. We don't always think about it. I will say, additionally to that, though, is that text of saying, I'm thinking of you right this minute. When you have that inspiration to do that, even that goes a long way, because in that moment, oftentimes it's that person that also might be thinking of the other person. And so that can be a moment. And the fact that when you went live and you talked about those simple things, and then you mentioned your baskets too, it's so cute. How easy is it for you to go live?
It's really hard for me. I don't like to be live. I've had to learn. I've told that that's one of the things we need to do nowadays, and this way people know that I'm a real person and kind of have that interaction. So I'm still not real 100% comfortable, but I'm learning. It's something I have to. It's a challenge and it's a hurdle I have to get over, but it's something that I want to conquer. So I'm working on that. And I just want to say that my gift baskets, each one of them have a handwritten note too, whether the person, my customer, chooses to tell me what they want on the card, or I create something and then make sure it's okay by them. But each one of mine come on it with a handwritten note. And something that I do with my gift basket. And my Christmas one that you talked about video, I did that because everybody struggled last year and nobody had a lot of money. So I don't want people to think that I was out there trying to promote and people had to come up with buying a gift basket from me. But I also didn't want people to feel bad that they had nothing to bring to the table. So that got inspired from my son, my littlest son. Well, he's not little anymore. He's grown adult, married. But he used to bring in little flowers and rocks and things and give them to me. And they weren't little to me, they were big. And they were the neatest gifts that I ever got. So I'm back from the old school where things are more meaningful if they're thought out and, you know, stuff like that. I really appreciate handwritten notes and I appreciate little things like that. I'm kind of odd, I guess, but I like the little rock or the little stick or the little, if it has a meaning behind it. It was just, hey, I thought of you. I like those.
Well, I have a rock here. I mean, it's in the shape of a heart. However, this is something that was a gift to me and I have it with me at all times. I love it, you know, and it just reminds me of the person that gave it to me. And these are things that actually do really matter. And you, as a woman that is now has a creative gift giving business, a gift basket business. However, it's a gift giving business is what I'm seeing, because you're not only giving the gift through the basket of the exchange, the basket that's going to the person that's the recipient, you're also then gifting to the nonprofit that you've chosen to work with, also help for their projects. That's a gift giving process, business, hobby, whatever you want to call it. It is seriously an act of love and service. And you have a group that is a lighthouse group, right? Lighthouse Encouraging Women's group. And in that group, you shared something that your mother had written. We're going to share that right now because it says a lot about who Kellyanne is.
I want to take a minute and read something that my mother wrote for me to share. It's called Believe in You. Growing up, I am sure we all heard the expression on the playground, sticks and stones can break my bones, but nasty words can't hurt me. Unfortunately, this statement is not entirely true. In many cases, it holds a lot of truth. We have been subject to comments, and if that's what we call them. All we tell ourselves that we're only joking. But were they? And did they really shrug? And did you really shrug it off? Many times comments and words do not leave us. But we have a habit of stuffing them somewhere in the back of our memory. Then something triggers them and we begin to believe that believe what we have had said to us. More times than not, this begins to shape how we really see ourselves and how we feel about ourselves. Insecurity, low self-esteem, lack of confidence, coming down on ourselves for our appearance. Now we are beginning on a road that can easily keep us captive and hinder us from accomplishing our true potentials. On the other side of the coin, positive words, words of encouragement, true compliments, etc. can do just the opposite in our lives. Now, we can take on challenges, feel good about ourselves, even make statements. I'm okay. Big difference in how we live every day. I remember years ago, I was taking a walk with my grandson, who was about 5 years old. As we approached a steep hill, he said, "Grandma, I can't make it up that hill." Taking his little hand, I said, "Don't ever say that you can't. Always say, I can." Recently, I found an essay he wrote in his senior year, and he recalled that day. He said he always will remember those words when he faces a challenge. And just last year, many years later, he again recalled to me that day. But most important, what does God say about you? In his word, he says, "You are fearfully and wonderfully made." Next time you begin to let negative comments and words begin to tear you down, to shape your decisions, and even sometimes your life, look in a mirror and tell yourself, "I believe in me, and God believes in you."
How amazing. I have this mirror here, and I thought about that. I believe in me, and God believes in you. How beautiful. And that's from your mother, right? She wrote that. What an inspiring lady.
Yep, she's a retired minister, and yeah, she also has worked in her past with domestic violence women, and that's as far as I can go
Right.
because that's her story, and for confidentiality reasons, that's all
Right.
that I can say right now. But yes,
Yeah.
she also has done had her hand in helping women, so, and done a lot of ministry.
And being March, again, I started off that this is March Women History Month. And we right now are writing our own history, and we're helping those that are in the chapter of their possible history, their book, and they are struggling right now. You, Kellyanne, are finding a way to be able in your own chapter right now. Yes, you're having some health struggles, yet you have found a way to give to others. You're giving to others. And something that Caroline said, that homemade gifts are the best. I'm going to say that your gift baskets of what you're giving are like homemade gifts. Really think about it, guys. Anybody, and I used to make dolls a long time ago. A lot of people don't know, but I had custom made dolls that I made. I painted them. They're all custom. They're all different, unique, and I had a bit of a business going with that. And the return clients, they would always tell me the reason that they came back, it's the same thing here, guys. The reason they came back is that they were successful women, majority of them, successful women that saw the love in something homemade and didn't have the time to do it themselves, yet wanted to give that gift of something homemade to someone special. That is exactly what you are doing right now with these baskets that you have. Here it was a hobby, and now you're taking this hobby, and because your doctor is saying, hey, something creative right now will be good for you, will be good for your health, be good for what it is that you're doing in your journey. Yet look at how wonderful these gifts are, especially for someone, guys, if you know someone that likes to give homemade type gifts, doesn't have the time, wants to just be able to say, okay, if it will benefit someone and it's going to be something well received, classy, wonderful, something I can trust, something that's going to be custom made to the recipient and has a cause attached to it, I'm thinking service hero. Kellyanne, I like you. I like the little things. And that's Patty saying this. And beautiful message from your mother. Absolutely. So very true. Right, Patty? Patty works with a lot of successful businesswomen that, we need to be connecting all of these people because we've got successful businesswomen and men. I'm not going to exclude you guys. Please join in, and that have the income, that want to give something special, don't know where to go. Bingo. We know where to go now. We know where to go, and that is Kelly Ann's Creative Baskets. And how can people get a hold of you for these baskets?
They can reach out to me through my website, which is www.kellyann Gift Basket Creations and more. They can also reach me through Facebook on Messenger if they need to. And on my website is my phone number, so they can also reach me through that. And then on Facebook, I have the Kellyann Gift Basket Creations on a Facebook page on my and Facebook also. They can reach out to me.
So they can find you on Facebook, and they can find you through your website. Right. And if they want to talk to you and find out more about how they could custom make something and maybe even strategize, maybe they've got that hard, just about everybody knows that person that they want to give a gift, and yet that person is kind of a hard person to possibly purchase something for. Something like this, one of your custom made baskets, would be a great idea, wouldn't they?
Yes, I work with people. If somebody has a roadblock on what they want, that's why that snack on the go is perfect for a lot of people, men and women, but could be for that a police officer or a firefighter in your life that's always going. That's a nice little, almost like a lunchbox type of a thing, but it's got variety. I work with people who need, like for me, they need a certain dietary. So your health fitness people that are tired of having the candy bars and all of that. If you know somebody that's more healthier, I can create health benefits for you instead of just loading you up on a bunch of junk and snack foods and things. Mm-hmm. So same thing with the soaps and things. If you need a different, or I have a bunch of different people that I'm connected with. So if somebody needs cancer-free products, I can also make those connections too, and make sure that the bath and beauty products do not have those chemicals that are harming.
So let me ask you this. What about those days when you don't have a lot of energy? Are you still, I mean, where do you put these things together?
So, pretty much just on my kitchen table, or counter, I should say. And it is one of those that, if I get an order, I usually have to ask when they want it out by, and I just kind of have to pace myself because, like I said, it is a challenge right now for me to get up, take a shower. I just pace myself. That's pretty much what I do. Then I have to rest, and I know it sounds stupid, but that's just, otherwise it really knocks me. And if I get up at 8 in the morning, by 10 in the morning, I'm ready to go back to bed. So I just hurt all over, and I've got the stomach issues too, which will keep it clean here. But yeah, so I have challenges throughout the day of when to eat. I have to plan when I eat. I have to, yeah. So it's just overwhelming. But thank you. I see all the comments, and thank you, Patty, and thank you, Carolyn. I want to thank you guys. I appreciate all your comments and support today.
And I want to say this, that thank you for being so real about even how you have to pace yourself, because of the fact that you're sharing right now that there are no obstacles in our lives. We can show up in our life, and you are a great example to how you yourself are starting, basically, may I say, an entrepreneurial adventure here, and you're still taking care of your health. You're thinking of yourself. You're pacing yourself. You're doing your self-care. You are making sure that you then can coordinate with whoever it is that you have that special basket for so that it is delivered on time. And you do actually mail things out, right?
Yes, I do ship. I ship through FedEx right now, so I do my shipping through them. I actually have everything kind of set up from home, so I don't have to do too much going out and being exposed to the virus that's going around right now and stuff like that. That's part of my thing of trying to make sure I don't get anything else in addition to
Mm-hmm.
what I have. So yeah, it's like I said, a lot of it's a challenge, but I've learned how to work around it. And I would be very excited to have anybody else interested to, contact me. And I just want to thank you. You've put so much work into this today, and I want to thank you very much. And I want to say that in May, for the month of May for Mother's Day, I will be we've talked about this. I will be promoting your charity for that month, and I'm really excited about doing that. So everybody, even if you don't, but if you do buy gift baskets for the month of May, there I will be donating to Tamara's charity. And like I said, this month it is tickets for kids. It's a great organization, and you buy a gift basket, definitely will be donating to them also. So even if you don't, I'm doing that right now because I feel that, because I'm new and it's hard right now under the circumstances, that I don't want a charity to go without because I didn't get any sales. So
You are an inspirational person, Kelly Ann. Thank you, Patty. Thank you, Caroline, for both helping to keep this website in front of everyone. May I strongly recommend anybody out there right now that's looking for a gift. We're going into spring. There's March, you have St. Patty's Day. It's Women's History Month. There's many birthdays. There's many other things that you can celebrate, or you can send a I'm thinking of you basket. And what a win-win-win. Let's support Kelly Ann in that saying, good for you. Good for you for showing up and being an inspiration to all of us with your story. And then good for you for giving a portion of what it is that you're bringing in to others for stories that matter to you, that are making a difference out there, to community that is serving on the front lines. We can all make a difference together, and that's what the Service Hero Show is all about, inspiring stories of those that are inspiring others. You are inspiring many. You have inspired me today. I want to thank you, Kelly Ann, for being the service hero that you are.
thank you for having me once again. It was a very much honor to be on your show.
Well, we will be back on Friday with another service hero. Until then, make it a great day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.